Tea ranks second right next to water as the most consumed fluid worldwide, and for a good reason. Today, we are going to talk about green tea. This herb is extremely popular in Asian countries, since green tea is native to Southeast China. It was first recorded nearly 3,000 years ago, and has been extensively used around the world ever since, because it makes a unique, delectable cup of tea and contains numerous healing properties. Oh, and because it is by far the healthiest natural source of caffeine. Green tea is identified by numerous names such as tea plant, tea tree, not to be mistaken for the other tea tree, tea shrub, matcha, sencha, pu-erh, black tea, white tea, yellow tea, and the commonly known green tea. Most people identify these teas as separate plants, but in fact, all of these names mainly come from two varieties, Camellia Sinensis Var and Camellia Sinensis Var Assamica. Sinensis for Chinese teas and Assamica for Indian teas. I will list more tea names from these plants further in the video, but for now, let's learn a few other things. The name Camellia comes from honoring the pioneer botanist George Joseph Camel, a Jesuit missionary, pharmacist, and naturalist who studied plants, minerals, animals, insects, snakes, and monsters. Camel died at age 45 in 1706 at Manila, Philippines. Camel did not discover green tea. In fact, he never went to Japan or China, and actually may have never seen the plant Camellia. Since Camel was so reputable in Europe for introducing his Philippine nature work to Europeans, Carl Linnaeus decided to honorably name the plant after camel, or Camelus, in Latin. Linnaeus first considered calling it Thea sinensis in the first edition of his published book, Species Plantarum, in 1753. Thea means tea in Latin. In his second edition of the book, he called green tea Thea viridis, and black tea Thea bohea. Viridis means green, and bohea means black. My green tea experience. Green tea is truly one of my favorite herbs of all time. I have been consuming it since I was nearly 10 years old. During my teen years, when I was obsessed with playing drums, I was drinking green tea every single day. It helped me manage the mental and physical stress of practicing and improved my creativity. Now to this day, I still drink a cup of green tea on occasion before writing, editing videos, practicing kung fu, and on some occasions, still playing drums. I consume green tea before performing a task because it contains caffeine for motivation and the calming amino acid L-Theanine. This leaves the body in a relaxed yet alert state to focus on whatever task is at hand. For this reason, we can consider green tea to be a mild nootropic and a productivity enhancer for whatever task you have at hand. Green tea contains various phytochemicals such as polyphenols including epicatechins, epigallocatechin gallate, also known as EGCG, epicatechin gallate, and flavonols including quercetin, camphorol, and myricetin. Myricetin is exceptionally high in green tea compared to other plants. Some of the health benefits green tea may have include antioxidant, increases lifespan, improves sleep, anti-carcinogenic, anti-mutagenic, protect the body from cancer caused by environmental agents, protect smokers from cancer, may be able to protect against Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and other neurodegenerative diseases, inhibit H. pylori, inhibit adenovirus infection, antimicrobial and microbicidal against mycoplasma, inhibit various cytokines, strengthen the immune system, enhance antifungal effective medications for candida, effective against herpes and the flu virus, especially in early stage, increases energy, reduce mild chronic fatigue, protect kidneys, aid in weight loss, increase bone mineral density, prevent hip fractures, lower high blood pressure, reduce the risk of stroke, protect athletes from exercise-induced muscle damage and oxidative stress, protect against coronary heart disease, reduce blood glucose levels, and more. There's just so much data on green tea that I can't talk about it all in one video or article. For that reason, I'm going to stick to some of the key components and come back to green tea for part 2 later on if you want me to. Hit like on this video so I know you're interested. L-Theanine, an amino acid found in green tea, is in just about every nootropic supplement on the market, and for a very good reason. Higher doses of L-Theanine was found to significantly increase alpha brainwaves. Alpha brainwaves indicate that L-Theanine relaxes the mind without causing tiredness. Alpha waves are associated with creativity and attention, which would explain my obsessive green tea consumption when I was playing drums. But wait, the benefits don't end there. A combination of L-Theanine and caffeine was found to significantly improve the accuracy during task switching and self-reported alertness. These L-Theanine caffeine effects seem to be useful for age-related deficits too. Green tea extract effectively enhanced learning and memory in aged rats. This could potentially be a useful preventative for age-related neurological disorders. Another study showed that subjects with mild cognitive impairments experienced improved memory and attention from taking a combination of 1,680 milligrams of green tea extract and L-Theanine. They found higher activity of theta waves in the temporal, frontal, parietal, and occipital areas of the brain. Theta waves are associated with cognitive alertness. Therefore, green tea may be a good natural alternative for those that are currently consuming large amounts of caffeine, taking Adderall and other pharmaceuticals for studying, or are just simply trying to improve general cognitive function. By the way, Adderall causes nearly identical methamphetamine-like effects. If you don't believe me, check out Dr. Carl Hart's work regarding that statement and decide for yourself. I personally make it a point in my life to try natural alternatives first, and as a last resort, pharmaceuticals. To be an urban survivor, it is crucial to have a balance between modern technology and nature. Start with nature and then incorporate pharmaceuticals if needed. Sleep. L-Theanine helps at night too. A study demonstrated that 400 milligrams daily of L-Theanine is a safe and effective supplement for improving sleep in boys with ADHD. By drinking green tea daily, you are able to keep L-Theanine present in your body, which will over time help with sleep. For some reason, a lot of people in society believe and even praise that less sleep means getting more done. In reality, this is just an excuse for insomniacs and people that can't find a balance between work and their wellness. L-Theanine aids in sleep, which will also aid in performance over time, creating better steady long-term productivity rather than quick daily fixes. If we keep stimulating ourselves with quick fix drugs, we will eventually tap our adrenals. This adrenal burnout will in return cause us to get less work done, no matter how many extra half-focused hours we put in. The less sleep we get, the worse we perform, but also obviously the worse we feel in general. One of the most important components to wellness and the work life is sleep. The better quality sleep we get, the more we can accomplish. I bet if a study was done to compare people who sleep more versus those who sleep less, the group who slept more would get higher quality work done, even if they had less time in the day. By the way, the better sleep you get, the less you need, giving you more time in a day. Top that with meditation, contemplating your day, and reading more books, you would be able to problem solve much faster. Let's be urban survivors by using some green tea to get better sleep. If you're sensitive to caffeine and have trouble sleeping because of it, try decaf green tea instead. Caffeine. But goji, green tea contains caffeine just like coffee. Why can't I just drink coffee or take a caffeine pill for energy and focus? Firstly, coffee contains 95 to 165 milligrams of caffeine per cup, whereas green tea contains only 25 to 29 milligrams of caffeine per cup. You're getting way less caffeine in green tea versus coffee. Caffeine on its own can cause vasoconstriction and behavioral effects. L-Theanine in combination with caffeine, about 1 or 2 cups of tea, was found to eliminate the negative vasoconstrictive and behavioral effects that caffeine causes on its own. Camellia Sinensis contains the right amount of L-Theanine and caffeine together, just coincidentally in favor of our health. I want to mention that I definitely don't think caffeine is completely bad for you. Researchers discovered recently in 2017 that no particular type of tea, green, black, or oolong, showed to lower the risk of cognitive decline in the elderly by 50%. They believe catechins, theaflavins, theorubicins, and L-Theanine are responsible. That is probably true, but we need to consider that caffeine also showed the potential to protect against dementia. It's the natural synergistic formulation of these phytochemicals from the whole plant of Camellia Sinensis that is benefiting the brain, which includes caffeine. One last thing I am proposing is that one day researchers are going to discover that a weak HPAT axis, especially the adrenal glands, is associated with cognitive decline. Caffeine and the other compounds found in green tea are going to be associated with impacting the function of the adrenal glands and other glands. There are some studies proposing the same as I regarding the HPAT axis. So long as caffeine is used in moderation, it will be beneficial, such as the natural moderation of L-Theanine and caffeine found in green tea. I consider caffeine to be a productivity drug, which can be useful at times. Unfortunately, a lot of people around the world abuse drugs such as caffeine and are very much so addicted. This could be due to not having enough energy to get through the day, and the only thing they know that helps for energy is caffeine. There are other alternatives which are better for long-term use. Try adding in adaptogenic herbs like astragalus, eleuthero, cat's claw, rhodiola, and hushu wu with green tea to help restore the adrenals and improve energy over time. Excessive caffeine will cause you to crash and drain your energy reserves, unlike adaptogens with green tea. If you are interested in trying an adaptogen, then pause this video, head on over to sungazerherbs.com, click on the energy tab, give green tea and one of the other herbs a try for increasing your energy levels. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask me. I'm here to help you get your health on track. Pro tip, if you sign up for the newsletter on the website, you'll get notified of herbs on sale and sometimes even free. My brain injury. One day I fell off my bicycle, landing flat on my back and hitting my head. Thanks to my past for being an ego-filled teen trying to do sick tricks, bruh. From that day on, I began to experience really strange anxiety, mood swings, severe fatigue, and other post-concussion-like symptoms that my doctors were not able to help me with. I was left alone, forced to find ways to help myself manage my symptoms. During the days I would experience those symptoms in excess, I would take green tea and a little bit of fish oil. I would feel an improvement in my mood within an hour or two. Years later, I find studies showing that green tea increases dopamine and serotonin turnover in rats. L-Theanine was found to reduce anxiety and high blood pressure caused by anxiety. It seems to me that intuition was at play when I was drinking green tea daily before having a more in-depth understanding of herbalism and nutrition. Go with your intuition because it may end up being right. So far, I have been able to use studies to back up nearly all of the things I have done intuitively for my health, but that's for a later discussion. Weight loss. Green tea contains polyphenol compounds such as catechins, which have promising abilities to treat obesity caused by high-fat consumption, metabolic syndromes such as obesity and type 2 diabetes. This is why green tea is in so many weight loss supplements. If you're struggling with your weight, green tea in combination with a mainly plant-based diet will get you on your way to reaching your desired weight. In future videos, I will be talking about easy-to-follow tactics to help you lose weight with less stress. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and sign up for my newsletter so you will see those weight loss videos when they come out. My newsletter will get you early access to my videos before anyone else. To get your weight on track now, start immediately and don't put it off until later. Try green tea and a mainly plant-based diet of fruits and vegetables for your weight loss. I wish you the best of luck on your weight loss journey. I'll be here on YouTube for you in hopes to help make your journey easier. EGCG. Epigallocatechin 3 gallate is one of the most abundant catechins in green tea. It has become one of the leading phytochemicals studied and is used in a lot of nutritional supplements. EGCG may have numerous health benefits such as showing the most chemopreventative effects out of 10 different tea polyphenols, inhibits hepatitis C entry, antimicrobial and microbicidal against mycoplasma, shows promising prevention of tumor progression or treatment for human malignancies, may be able to protect neuronal mitochondrial function in Alzheimer's disease, restore mitochondrial respiratory rates, modulate the immune system in autoimmune diseases, increase lifespan, relieve arthritis, anti-inflammatory, protection from testicular ischemia reperfusion injury, induced inflammation, and more. EGCG was shown to extend lifespan in rats by reducing liver and kidney damage, age-associated inflammation, and oxidative stress. The rats treated with EGCG lived to 105 weeks, whereas the rats not treated lived to 92 weeks. This gives the rats approximately 8 to 12 additional weeks of life. If you have seen my video, How Do People Live to 100, Blue Zone Centenarians, you will know that some of the centenarians consumed green tea daily. The life extension study supports the idea that EGCG and green tea may have been partially responsible for the centenarians' longevity, from not having dementia to being physically functional all the way to the end of their lives. EGCG is best taken in the morning. EGCG absorption happens mainly in the small intestine, and only about 40% of it will be absorbed. It is best to drink green tea at least 30 minutes before breakfast during your fasting period to ensure absorption happens in the small intestine. Plasma concentrations peak in about 1 to 2 hours. Those levels stay high for about 3 hours, but then start to gradually decline, leaving your body completely empty of EGCG within about 5 to 6 hours. Consuming green tea in the morning on an empty stomach, then throughout the day, at least 30 minutes before meals, will ensure continuous levels of EGCG without loss. If you experience insomnia at night from drinking it throughout the day, then do not consume any past noon or try decaf. You can increase the absorption and effects of EGCG by taking green tea with NAC, vitamin E, ascorbic acid, resveratrol, quercetin, and omega-3 fatty acids, all of which can be found in foods. Types of green teas. Now that we know some things about green tea, let's figure out which ones we want to consume. Camellia Sinensis is prepared in numerous ways due to growing conditions, growing methods, when it was harvested, and how it was processed. The choice of which tea to choose from for the typical consumer usually narrows down to two things: the flavor and the amount of antioxidants and caffeine found in the desired preparation for desired medicinal benefits. Here are some of the types of teas from Camellia Sinensis: white, green, yellow, black, oolong, pu-erh, decaffeinated, gunpowder, matcha, sencha, kabusecha, gyokuro, genmaicha, dragonwell, hojicha, kukicha, bancha, kanocha, and chunmi. Wow, that's a lot of different types of teas from one tea plant. And boy, do those words hurt my brain. There are tons of flavored tea mixes and preparations such as pan-roasted, brown rice, milk, honey, butter, sugar, mint, jasmine, bergamot oil, lemon, passion fruit, pomegranate, blueberry, tropical fruits, flowers, cat's claw bark, astragalus, hushubu, licorice, stevia, lemongrass, kombucha, and more. You could experiment with different flavored green teas for years. Most herbalists don't even experience all of the types of green teas out there because there are so many. I personally like gunpowder green tea over sencha and matcha mixed. I'm working on making that mixture soon for you guys to enjoy, hopefully as much as I do. It tastes so good. Until then, try my gunpowder green tea. There is a link in the description below. Let's talk about oolong tea and then end this video. It's where teas begin to be oxidized, so I feel you need to know about it before making a final decision when consuming these teas. The traditional tea oolong is made with uniquely selected varieties of Camellia Sinensis. Oolong means black dragon in Chinese. The theory suggests that black dragon refers to the long, dark, and curly leaves that uncurl like a dragon when they are steeped. Various processes are used to make a specialty desired end result of oolong, such as withering the leaves under the sun, allowing them to oxidize, ranging from 8 to 85% oxidation. It is normally less oxidized than black tea, but more oxidized than green tea. The amount of oxidation chosen determines the end result of flavor and dark colors. Once it has been oxidized to the farmer's liking, it is then curled and twisted into shape, making the finished product oolong. Since oolong has been oxidized, it may not be as beneficial compared to green tea. Green tea is ultimately going to be richer in antioxidants due to a process that is not intentionally used to cause oxidation. Gunpowder green tea, which is rolled during harvest giving the appearance of rounded gunpowder, has a longer shelf life due to less oxidation. If it wasn't oxidized for flavor and color purposes during processing, then it should contain more antioxidants than most green teas. That is why I sell gunpowder green tea. It has a much stronger taste and color than most green teas. If you'd like to learn more about other types of teas, I will make a video for you guys called Different Types of Camellia Sinensis Teas to Try. Hit like on this video so I know you're interested in these types of videos. Well, that's it for this video. Do you drink green tea or any of the other types of teas from Camellia Sinensis? Let me know in the comments below. Hit like on this video like your life depends on it. Share this video with anyone you feel needs to know this information. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe to my channel and newsletter. I upload numerous health videos that you won't want to miss. If you are interested in purchasing green tea, be sure to visit sungazerherbs.com and purchase green tea there. This supports my channel and your wellness. As always, I'm Brandon Goji, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay motivated, you urban survivors. Woo! That video was actually really hard to record, and it took a really long time, and my room is overheating because it's summer, so my camera is potentially overheating, plus the lights get hot, so everything is overheating, even including my brain. I think that's a good outro.